Hi everybody, welcome back to the Scale Speed Shop. This is Stumpy Grump coming at you. I got a progress update on the Revell 32 Ford 5-window coupe. What I did was I did all my prep and all that on the parts. I trimmed all the flash off, which was hardly any. Then cleaned up some mold lines, deepened the panel lines on the body. Then I took everything to the kitchen, gave it a bath in some Dawn dishwater and let it dry. The next day I went ahead and sprayed the primer on it. I used Steiner Riz primer, and this one I used my red brown because I was painting it silver. It kind of didn't really matter what color primer I used, and this is the one I have the most of so far. The bottle's still the tallest. I'm trying to keep them even. But I used the red brown primer, let that sit for a couple days. Then I shot the titanium X32 Tamiya acrylic silver. Now what I did is I mixed this 50-50 or 1-to-1, whichever you want to do for your ratio, with my homebrew thinner. I'll put the formula down here. And it was perfect, 1-to-1. Now I only used 40% thinner on the X31 Gold, but that was a little thinner. The silver's a little thicker, so it needed to be thinned a little bit more. So I sprayed that, and then I sprayed the rest of the parts in my Folk Art Blue Sapphire, the interior. So this is the seat. And I did a two-tone on the door panels with the silver and the blue. Thought that looked pretty cool. The dash is silver. I just thought that looked pretty cool that way. So that sat for a couple days, and then came time for the masks, the flame masks. I couldn't show you the whole process of doing the flame masks. I wanted to, but I just couldn't, because the 32 Ford, I wouldn't suggest this being your first flame job with these masks, that's for sure. They're pretty easy to use, but there's all sorts of panels you have to line up with the hood and everything, and the hood and the hood panels lining up with the body and all that. I wouldn't suggest it. I just couldn't do it with my eyesight and keep it on the camera. I tried, but I just couldn't do it. So we'll pick up the video at a later stage in this. So that is pretty much where the video is going to pick up off from here, is showing you the rest of it and how I painted them on there. So let's get going on that. Okay, and now came time to apply the masks. They lay it out for you pretty easily, pretty good right here. And the instructions are pretty clear, pretty easy to follow. Really good instructions. Easy enough for me to even follow, okay? Even though when it came time to do the fenders, I had them all set out. I had my masks all ready and cut out and ready to go. And somehow I flip-flopped the fenders and put the flames on the wrong side. And once you get them on, like it says, you only get one shot at it. And well, that was my one shot. I put them on the wrong side. Really probably not that noticeable, honestly. I know they are, and now you know they are, but if you wouldn't have, if I wouldn't have told you, you might not have known. But so the masks are on. I've yet to paint anything, so they're going to be blue. So, but the masks are on. I have to finish masking off the rest of everything, taping off the rest. But two-tone blue is what I'm going to do here. So I got that screwed up, but they're burnished down really good. The hood, I did the hood first. I'm a little off center, but you know, that you get one shot at it. It looked pretty centered when I initially put it down, but you just really got to burnish these down around these edges here. I'm gonna have to re-burnish right before I paint. And then I just folded the excess under in the back here. So these are ready to go. I somewhat attached the other piece of the hood there and try to line all that stuff up right there, and I'm just a tick off here, just a smidge, but very close. Again, burnish down where there's this ridge here at the bottom. I laid those on like so, somewhat attached to how it was going to sit. So lining it up is going to be kind of a toughie, but I applied them on the side, and then I took a razor blade, a really sharp blade, and cut right there. I cut them. Whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing, I'll find out. But I cut them. And as you can see, you have to finish masking off the rest of the car and the rest of the parts. This not, because that's all blue. But this is going to have to get masked off, finish get taped off. That's how I did that. The other side, pop it down. The other side looks okay. I said I'll tape that off right there to join it. But this side I kind of did better than the other side. But burnish down right around that line. And the same thing here. I popped them on, and then I cut. So they're not somewhat attached, flopping around or whatever, because I don't want, see if I can, the panels glued on, you know what I mean? I want to be able to lift off the hood and lift off the panels. I'm not sure if I can do that, but we'll see. So I got it right now, I got to tape off the rest of the body. So that's where I'm at. I got the masks on, I just got to tape everything off. Okay, everything is taped off now. You just go through and you just burnish everything down again. Make sure that it's all tight down. And the fenders. Just make sure all of that has been burnished down once again. And then you get painting. I'm going to start with a quick coat of clear to prevent any bleeding or anything like that. Okay, so I sprayed clear on everything. Some Createx clear. I actually used satin clear. I had some pre-mixed. Can't really tell or see it, but that's what I did. I sprayed a clear on it. Now I will spray on the flame color, which is going to be Createx Pearl Blue. And I'm just going to do this in light coats here. See if I can get the coats light enough. Get a little bit on the firewall here too. zoom the camera in, maybe you can see a little bit better here. Again, just some light coats. Especially to start. Now the fenders. And we have to get the radiator. So that's in the front of the car. It's kind of where the flames are supposed to start, aren't they? Okay, first coat down, we'll let that dry, and then we'll come back for the second coat. Okay, so now we go on to the second coat. Things in a little bit different order to make it a little bit easier for me to reach them here. Back to the body. So with that all dried, we move on to coat number 3. I can go just a little bit wetter on this coat. Okay, that's probably good, but I want to do one more coat. I'm going to get my airbrush adjusted here and get ready for one last coat. Okay, that is the fourth and final coat of the Createx Pearl Blue for the flames. I'll let that dry real good, and then I will come back and catch the tips of the flames with my Delta Ceramcoat Navy Metallic. Okay, everything is dry from the final coat, and we are ready for the Navy Metallic, and it's just going to be on the tips of the flames here. Just gonna hit the tips of these flames with it, just to give it a little bit of extra effect. We'll see how that works. Some adjustments here. Usually don't work this minuscule, so. We'll see what we have when we're done. Okay, I'm going to call that done. We will come back and see what we look like. Okay, so now we're at the tricky part here. Trying to unmask everything and get your airbrush clean before everything dries too much. So here we are. I got all the masking tape off. Now I'm going to peel off the flame mask. Okay, so now if you're seeing this video, chances are this went pretty well. So there's the fender. Wow, that looks pretty good. It's pretty subtle at the end there with the dark blue. I'm thinking maybe with the clear it might pop it out a little bit more, but really subtle right here. Let's get the rest of these off. Okay, so far so good. There's just a small tick of bleed through right there. I can probably knock that off with a toothpick, but so far so good. Keeping fingers crossed here. Okay. You can kind of see the dark blue a little bit there. Now for the second side of the body. Just slowly peel it away. Start from the back like it says. Move towards the flames. Low angle. Slowly. All right. Liking that. Very cool. Got one I got to peel off right here. Time for the hood. Not really too many places to grab this without anything, so you make sure it's dry but not too dry, you know what I mean? so. Peel that bad boy off, and there's one more little piece here, right there. How about that? How's that looking? And these are going to be tricky because they're not all connected. It's pretty difficult. I'm doing this from behind the camera. I'm gonna have to come around and get it because I can't really see good enough. Okay, and there we are. Okay, and the last panel. I am super happy with this, guys. Let me get everything together here. I'll show you a better look. Okay guys, so I didn't take any more video, but I did take some pictures. So I'll show you some pictures of the flames here. This is all of the parts together to start with. And now we'll go to the three pieces that make up the hood, the top of the hood and the two side panels. And now on to the fenders, left fender and the right fender there. Moving on to the driver's side. You can barely see the darker blue at the back of the flame there. And here is the shot of the driver's side with everything kind of mocked together there. Looks like I did a pretty decent job of lining up the flames. Pretty happy about that. And here's a different angle of the driver's side. A little bit of a slight overhead view of it. And we'll take a look at the view from the front. I kind of like this view. It looks pretty cool. Pretty happy with this flame job. And on we go to the passenger side, a quarter view of the passenger side. Now a full view of the passenger side from more of a level position. And finally we have kind of an overhead view of the passenger side. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to get some clear on it probably in the next day or two. But I'm going to end this video right here. Thanks for watching Stumpy Grump Scale Speed Shop. Stay tuned for more content. I'll catch you later.